Alright, skull beneath the skin. Tune to this. You're like halfway between E flat and E right there. Okay. So the way this song starts is going to be with this crazy little... Alright, and it's going to go all the way up the neck. Where that starts is, and I suck at it by the way, so bear with me. The second fret on the first string, put your pointer finger there. Put your middle finger, this is what I do at least, on the 4th fret of the 2nd string, and then your 3rd finger there on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. The reason why I do this stretch is because as you go up the neck, it gets smaller and smaller and easier, except it gets faster and faster, and I work better with these 3 fingers. So basically, you want to start with a kind of a sweep, right? With those with the first 3 strings, and you're plucking that 3rd string to 2nd to 1st with a palm mute, okay? And then when you're done, immediately pull off with the ring finger on the 5th fret of the 1st string, and then land that middle finger on the 4th fret of the 2nd string. I don't even pick it. I think he does pick it, but I don't. You know, I would pay attention more to what he's doing, obviously, but I've learned to get away with it doing it this way. So it's a sweep, 1, 2, 3, and then, right, and then you're just doing that hammer on of that middle finger there on the 4th fret. All right, I'm showing you it here. He's just moving up 1 fret at a time with the same finger positions and doing the same riff all the way up to like the 24th fret. Alright, so it's going to be... Now when it gets up to about the 12th fret there, where your pointer finger's on the 12th fret, that's where I start to suck, and I just simply do this. Again, same fingering positions, except I'm just, you know, kind of... Which I think there's a second guitar doing that anyway, so that's why I choose to do that. So anyway, that's what he does. Go all the way up to the 24th fret with your pointer finger. Yes, your other fingers will fall off the fretboard, but that's when he does this kind of... And then it goes into this open power chord. So why don't we just get to the song, speaking of that. So the opening riff is this. Alright, so I'm just going to show you that. It's really easy. You're just down picking these power chords. Starts with the 7th fret power chord on the 5th string. And then those next 4 power chords are on the 6th string, starting with the 5th fret to the 6th, 7th, and 8th frets. Okay, and then in between, so after those first 4, you're going to go back to the 6th and 7th power chords before going to the 5th and 7th power chords on the 5th string. So it's going to go like this. 6, 7, 5, 7 on the 5th string. So 6, 7 on the 6th string, and then 5, 7 on the 5th string. Alright? That's the first time around. The second time, it's the same beginning. 6, 7, 7, and that's on the 5th string power chords. Alright? And then you repeat. It's those two alternating back and forth for the whole time the riff is played. Okay? So what's happening there is you have like holding this power chord at the very end, so it's going to go... And then there's a solo is going to start, and that's going to be the only solo I'm showing you guys this time around. It's going to go like this. Alright, and that's going to start this riff in the underneath the solo. So that's a pretty simple riff. However, he plays it under the solo and then again afterwards. So, or I should say, as the solo ends. So I'm going to show you that riff right after the solo real quick. So the solo starts on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and you're going to do a hammer-on pull-off to the 3rd fret, and land on the 5th fret of the 4th string. So it's going to go like this. And you're going to do it 2 times. And then you're going to do the same thing, except move up 1 fret and move everything up 1 fret. And then again. And then again. So you're moving up, you know, you're doing that 2 times on 4 different frets. Alright, and then again, this riff is in the background. Okay, so after he does this little intro to the solo, immediately go up to the 17th fret and put your pointer finger on the 12th fret of the 1st string. Alright, and you're going to pull off 17 to 12, and then land on the 15th fret of the 2nd string, and then go back to the 12th and pick it like 3 times. Alright, that's the first kind of riff of this solo. And then you're going to go, instead of the 17th fret, go to the 16th fret, and it's the same thing. And then repeat. I think he's only doing each kind of fret 3 times, so. And remember, he's playing this a lot faster than I am right now. I'm just trying to show you what's going on. I think it's played like this. Alright, so when he's doing that riff the whole time, and that then has an outro, so it's going to go. So the last kind of way out of that solo is a set. It goes from the 17 to the 16. So you're going to start just that first part of the riff with the 16th fret there. And then you're going to go and do a hammer-on pull-off of the 11th fret to the 13th on the 2nd string. So, and then 10, 12, 3rd string, 10, 12, 4th string, and then 12 to 11, and hold it on the 5th string. So it's going to go. Alright, and then he's going to join in that rhythm. Alright, so it's going to go. Except, again, it's much faster. Alright, so I'll show you that riff. So it's, you know, palm muted obviously on the open 6th string. I'm just going to show you the chords in between. That's a second fret to 3rd fret on the 5th string. 2 palm mutes in between. You're going to the 3rd fret 6th string. Back to the 2nd fret 5th string. And 1 palm mute open 6th string to the 1st fret power chord on the 6th string. And then repeat. This is all down picked, of course. When he's done with that riff, it's going to go to this. So what he's doing there, he's just holding this octaves, you know, 7th fret power chord on the 5th string. So it's all down picking there when I'm just doing the open 6th string. So it's the chord, and then 1, 2, 3. So before you hit it again. So. And then down pick in between. So that's a real quick, like, little gallop there. So just practice that slow if you're not getting it quite at first up the speed of the CD. That's the way out of that little part there. He just goes down to the 2nd fret, 5th string, and then to the 1st string power chord of the 6th string. And now he's going to start like the main riff of the verse. So what he's doing there is he's starting on the 8th fret, and he's sliding down to the 7th fret of the 5th string we're on. And then you're going to do, you know, a couple palm mutes and kind of pick scrapes in between of the muted strings. So you're going 8 to 7, and then back to 7. And then you're going to do these little like chops in between. We'll call them chops, all right? So when I go to the 5th fret, 5th string, 6, 7 on the 6th string, and I'm using all power chords, you're doing little chops in between. So you're going to kind of up-pick these chords. Like that. So this has like a, you know, a kind of a groove to it. So you want to like just do little chops before you pick the chords. But you could see I'm up picking those chords because on the way down I'm just doing that little. Now the second time around, you're just going to do a slide from the 6th fret to the 7th 2 times. And then back to the 8th to the 7th slide. Oh, let's do it again and real slow. And that's the whole verse. Yes, he's singing and playing while doing that somehow. I don't know how, but when he comes out of that riff, it's going to go into this. And then a solo will start. I'm not going to show you that solo. I don't know it. But when he's doing this riff, just notice the different picking patterns of the palm muted open string. So the first one is, and that's the 7th fret power chord on the 5th string. And then the next, picking you're doing on that open 6th string is different. All right, and then I'm going up to the 9th fret of the 4th string, and I'm hitting that power chord, and it's going to be a little shake too, like that. All right, and then it's going to go down to the 8th fret power chord, same string, 4th string, and then you're going to land on the 9th fret of the 5th string, and then repeat. So. So the picking patterns of the open string change. Every other chord is a different pattern. So, but there's only 2 patterns, if that makes sense. So. So you could see that the 2 9th fret power chords have the same downstroke, I shouldn't call it downstroke, but picking pattern on the open string. All right? Alright, so hopefully you get it out of that. Back into the main verse. Alright, the way they get out of that verse is they just go, and then the bass line starts, and they do this crazy riff, which I'm very excited to show you because it is crazy and I love it, and that's why I love Megadeth. So here's how it goes. It's going to come out of that. Bass line. Alright, that's the riff. It goes faster than that, but I'm just showing it to you so you can hear it kind of cleanly. So what he's doing there, again, it's a lot of that little chop that he's got in between all these chords throughout this song. The way the riff starts, it's going to be an open 4th and 5th string, hammer on to the 2nd fret with a chop and then pick it again. Okay, this is a very choppy riff, we'll call it. And then you're going to, throughout the chop, you're going to hammer on with your pinky to the 5th fret of the 4th and 5th strings. And then you're going to do a pull off from the 3rd fret of the 2 strings, the 4th and 5th strings, to the 2nd, you're with your finger on the 2nd fret. Again with a chop and then pick it. So it's going to be that's the very first part of the riff. Notice I'm going all the way up to the 3rd fret on the 6th string. Then 2nd fret, 5th string, 1st fret, 6th string. And that's the whole riff. But he's playing it fast. So I'm going to play it through one more time slowly. Okay, here's how it's played real time. Alright, now he starts singing the chorus, and those riffs are easy. He's just coming out, you're going to just kind of alternate pick the open 6th string. So, and then you're going to go 2, 1 on the 5th string, and then land on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Those are the power chords I'm using. Now if you notice, I'm downstroking right in between each chord. At least the first 2 chords. Actually just between the 2nd fret and the 1st fret power chord. And then I think it's just 2 picks, and it's alternate pick in between there before I get to the 3rd fret. That's the main chorus there. He's going to go back into the riff. Go back into the chord. Alright, now on the way out he starts doing a solo. I'm not going to show you that solo, but the rhythm underneath the solo is this, but it changes. There's an alternate way to play this. So as that solo is going and Dave's done singing, you're just going to go, you're going to kind of hold that first fret power chord. So you're going to go 2, 1, hold the first fret power chord just a little longer. And you're going to hammer on O2 on the 5th string, O2 on the 4th string, and just hammer your middle finger down on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And then the song ends, and that's just 2, 1, 3 on the 6th string, open 6th string. That's the song. Hopefully I slowed it down enough for you. Good luck with it. This album's fun. It's hard, but it's fun.